Amen. In Genesis chapter 2 and verse 25, it says, and they were both naked. And they were both naked, and the man and his wife, and were not ashamed. And were not ashamed. In the beginning of time, God intended marriage to be a place of total nakedness. Total nakedness. Physically, mentally, and spiritually. And this is the condition that Adam and Eve enjoyed in Genesis chapter 2 and verse 25. They were completely exposed before God and before one another. In that condition, they shared themselves totally in an atmosphere of intimacy and oneness or openness. And that is God's picture of a perfect marriage relationship. They shared themselves totally in an atmosphere of intimacy and openness. And although we were not created to completely expose ourselves to most of the people that we meet through life, a marriage partner is the exception. A marriage partner is the exception. In fact, in addition to the relationship with God, there is no other relationship in life that affords the potential for as much nakedness as marriage. And notice that this is in the context of marriage, not friendship, not girl meeting boy or not man meeting woman. No, but this is in the context of marriage. And so God designed the nakedness of marriage to include every area of our lives. Body, soul, and spirit. And when we are able to undress ourselves in every area before our spouses without shame or fear, we are in a healthy place for strong, intimate relationship to develop. Notice that now. When we are able to undress ourselves in every area before our spouses without shame or fear, we are in a healthy place for strong, intimate relationship to develop. If we cannot expose ourselves completely before our spouses, it means that we are hiding something. Wow. We are hiding something. And this hidden thing needs to be exposed. And the reason is simple. God created us with a need for nakedness. God created us that way. With a need for nakedness and being open with each other. That is in the context of marriage. And you may not be able at this time to fulfill your inner desire to become completely open and vulnerable in marriage. Yet the truth remains that God created a need in mankind for complete exposure. Complete exposure. The fact that your situation does not make that feasible, does not wipe out the need or change the fact that God created marriage as the place for it to be met. Complete exposure. In any relationship, sin is the single greatest hindrance to the ability to openly relate to one another. Sin. And this is where the law of purity applies. Purity. We need to understand how God designed marriage and apply ourselves to conform to His original design. To understand how to bring our marriage into compliance with God's requirement for purity, there are several issues that need to be discussed. 1, sin is always deadly. Sin is always deadly. Romans 6 and 23 states, for the wages of sin is death. The wages of sin is death.